Now I would like to invite Mr. Ishraque Hossain from Bangladesh. Please welcome Mr. Ishraque Hossain. Mr. Hossain, you as a politician, you are very much active and have enhanced your activities like to direct communication with your people, especially your electoral arena. As a responsible politician, how are you being facilitated the people in this pandemic? Please share your experience with us, mentioning your ways of assistance to people.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. First of all, I would like to thank all the speakers who have joined us here today, and Assalamu alaikum, namaste to all the viewers all around the world and everyone else who's watching. Before I say anything, I don't know if any of the speakers here are aware that Bangladesh currently we do not have, we are not in a democratic process for the past 13 years, and there is no credible elections are being held. But that is a different topic. But since it's relevant to what I'm about to say next, that's why I mentioned that. Well, you know, since we're not in the government and we're also struggling to get back into democracy, it's very hard for an opposition party to contribute or assist the people out there, because we do not have the budget or the infrastructure or the access to the power or the manage the hospitals, the healthcare system, etc. It's done by the government. So far, I would say that in a nutshell, the government has not managed the pandemic so well. However, being a responsible democratic party, we have a commitment towards the people of Bangladesh, and every political member of Bangladesh Nationalist Party have contributed to their relevant constituencies, as directed by our party chairman, acting chairman, Mr. Tariq Rahman. So what we did is, when the pandemic was just about to start, end of February, we kind of predicted that it's, you know, this is eventually going to reach Bangladesh, because we have a lot of travelers and a huge portion of our population are working abroad. So what we did is we started with public awareness campaign at the end of February, where we were distributing leaflets and making people aware that there's such disease that is going to hit us soon, and we should be prepared for that. Then what we did, eventually, as the pandemic reached on the 7th of March in Bangladesh, we were handing out hand sanitizers, masks, PPE, and hand gloves to the people who could not afford it, especially people who are working on a day-to-day basis, daily laborers, and also frontline workers. We tried to assist them with those free products as much as we could. In Bangladesh, we have a large population who earn on a daily basis. They work on a daily basis, and usually they do not have that much savings. So we predicted there could be a food crisis, food shortage. So as instructed by our party, we conducted food relief programs where we handed out basic food, for example, rice, milk powder, salt, cooking oil, etc. We did that throughout the country on behalf of Bangladesh Nationalist Party. Our founder president, late President Ziaur Rahman, so there's a foundation, Ziaur Rahman Foundation, who has conducted very good activities, I would say. So what Ziaur Rahman Foundation did, we set up a healthcare hotline with over 100 specialist doctors. So basically you would call the hotline, you speak to a general practitioner, and then they would refer you to a specialist doctor if needed. So we were delivering a healthcare service to the people at their home. Apart from that, we set up hand wash basins throughout the capital in various points. We should, you know, as you know, World Healthcare Organization said to wash your hands regularly, which can help, you know, sort of, you know, keep the spreading of the virus under control. Well, I think, you know, one big thing that we faced in Bangladesh, and I'm sure it's the same because I do follow the politics of subcontinent, India, what's going on in West Bengal, in Pakistan. So there's a lot of conflict between the political parties. So I think when there's a a division within a country, within between the political parties or amongst the political parties, eventually it's harmful for the nation because it draws you back. Of course, there is going to be competition. You know, we all are citizens of our countries, and we all have our own duties and roles to play. We want to coexist, but there will be competition. You know, and that's why we have a system called democracy, where people should be able to vote and select the government which they feel is the best to run and manage their country, because you know it's the people who actually own the country. So as the young as a young politician of my country, and you know others honorable guests who have joined here, I think we would all agree that the conflict should be minimized, and we should be more tolerant towards each other's ideology. You also said about criticism of from opposition parties help you perform as you're in the government. So that is a very good mentality, which I really appreciate. That you know, because freedom of speech and being able to absorb criticism from your opposition will only help you perform better, as you said. Unfortunately, this is something we do not have right now in Bangladesh. There's no democracy, no freedom of speech, no right to talk, and it's almost like, you know, this one party rule state. We are kind of driven towards that. However, I would like to say that Bangladesh was formed as a struggle of democracy. In 1970 war, we had a very 9-month-long bloody war where a lot of people gave up their lives. And I am proud to say that this is my biggest pride, that I'm a son of a freedom fighter. My father passed away last year, end of last year, but so I hold his values, his principles within myself. And our founder president, late President Zia Rahman, he was the one who first announced the independence of Bangladesh. So I would like to thank Mr. Zubair and Mr. Haidar. I learned a lot from our speakers today, all our guests, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity.